PSA labels these as 1963. Could they be a rare set from the 1962 World Cup in Chile? Today I'm joined by legendary collector Kev, a.k.a. Fora or Fora Sports Cards, to unpack this set, and in particular, the Pelé and the Bobby Moore. This is a great chat, full of insight, some collecting tips, and a few stories. We're kind of talking about two cards.
Yes.
And potentially a set. But the main cards are the Pelé and Bobby Moore San Giorgio. 1963 as PSA labels them, but SGC actually labels these 1962.
Yeah, and they are 62. It is basically what PSA have got confused with is there is a 63 San Giorgio set, but it's more a bit of everything. It's not just World Cup. And the number system as well, you can tell it's sort of like different. But the San Giorgio 62 is when Pelé number is number 10. And he's not in the 63.
Well, there I saw there's a Pelé number 175 as well.
So what they did is they then again the album, never seen it. So the last sort of like 15 is they've produced their best team, almost like their dream team. So he's got two stickers. So Bobby Moore's 72, and he's not in the 63, but they called it a 63.
The only two with two numbers on the PSA pop report are Pelé and Giorgio. Giorgio has a number 7 and a number 172, so similar to Pelé.
Again, the ones I think there's something like 175 or something in the set, 176, 178. I'll keep throwing numbers. I'm going to get it right.
I'll edit it out. Whichever was right.
Yeah, it comes down to the fact that it's almost like there was supposedly again you're constantly sort of feeding off other people's sort of like knowledge and research, but I do pick the people who kind of I would sort of give them the benefit. That's the best guesser sort of thing, because they historically got like fantastic kind of insight into the older stuff.
Yeah, because what I read from somebody was that there was an original album in 62, and then they released another album in 63, but it was the same stickers for that album. So perhaps they had like leftover stickers from the 62 World Cup that they just wanted to try and resell.
Yeah.
So they went, here's another album, but you got to buy the same stickers.
The numbers would be off because in the 63, I think in the 63, England are right at the back.
Right.
They're like and I think you can find that album a little bit easier.
Okay.
So I think the English numbers will be in the high 100s. So they'd have had to, they might have used the image, but they'd have had to change the number on the stickers. So they probably printed them off and then maybe printed the number system afterwards or whatever. Again, like a super rare, like real, like notoriously hard, difficult set to get not only information on, but to actually find the actual stickers in good condition as well. Because, and this sort of goes back to, a little bit maybe like previous episodes and stuff where they were supposed to be glued in, like hand glued in, so they haven't got a back to them. And usually that's something that I steer clear of. I like it to give myself sort of two, when I go to collect all my old stuff, old Maradonas, Pelés, Bobby Moores and that, my kind of rule is it has to have some sort of writing on the back to signify that it's from a set.
Yeah.
Like where we talked maybe about hand cutting, I'd kind of steer clear of them a little bit. If I get it cheap and it goes in the collection, fine, but it doesn't tick one of my like 3 golden rules.
Yeah.
And and the other thing is it can't be ripped out of an album. I'm not interested in that. It's either in the album or out. That's it.
Right.
You can't stick it in and rip it out. Sacrilege.
Yeah, I know what you mean. And to be honest, I like looking at the backs of stickers as well. There's something like it's part of the appeal. I mean, you never get a card like with a card as well. There's always a back to the card, so I always like looking at it. And I often collect different back, like the same stickers with different backs. I'm kind of searching for them from different countries. So I do know what you mean when I'm looking, even if it's like a highly sought after vintage card or sticker, to turn it over and it's just a blank back is almost a little bit disappointing.
Yeah,
Like,
it
oh,
is.
nothing
I
there.
think what gets so it's the imagery and the vibrance of the colours kind of really helps overcome it. Like it is just so bright, and it's almost like superimposed and all this because he's all like hunched the back and that, and
Yeah.
some of them are dreadful. Like they're quite bad, but that's what I like about them. They're almost so bad they're good.
Yeah. Is this pre-clip art, I think?
Well, something like that. But they were still doing it, like Zlatan's head in 2004, superimposed in it. So there's a bit of charm that it's so bad it's good. But yeah, this for me is just the vibrance of the colours and stuff. It's they just really sort of jump out on that and kind of really feel like 60s, 70s, like that kind of like
that
era,
vibe,
that vibrancy. Yeah.
So it's potentially one of the best Italian vintage sets to collect, because probably before that you had the Calciatori came out in 1960, I think it was,
61,
and 61, and they're not that appealing. Like as a kind of like, oh, the first Calciatori, it's interesting, but it's not full of superstars from that era.
No. It's the golden era a little bit, the 60s, isn't it, really? That's when suddenly, obviously, Brazil had just come off the back of winning their first World Cup and launched themselves as at the forefront of everything, really, with Pelé.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of the first kind of sticker sets. Well, definitely from the World Cup point of view, I think, where it's supposed to be like stuck in an album, a collection, and things. And it probably did influence Panini in years to come.
Yeah, it's kind of the first sticker album pre Panini, isn't it? So and it's full of
international Panini, definitely. Yeah.
I mean, I made a note of some of the names in the set. So obviously Pelé and Bobby Moore, who you've shown us, and then Jaume Santos, Gilmar, Garincha, who was probably the best player in the tournament in '62.
Yeah.
Didi, Vava, Levi Ashin, Jimmy Greaves, Bobby Charlton, Florian Albert, who was actually joint top goal scorer in the competition with Garincha, Hungarian. Maldini, not that one, the other one. And Rivera, Savori, Puskás, who was actually played for Spain, not Hungary, in '62.
Yeah.
So diverted country.
Yeah, it looks like it. What's that all about?
Well, he was with Hungary, and then obviously spent so long in Spain. And it used to happen a lot more. I think it was after this World Cup. I think I read there were like 4 players in this World Cup who were playing for new countries that they put a rule on that you're not allowed to do it anymore. So this was kind of the last one it happened.
Bizarre, isn't it? Bizarre.
Because Di Stefano was due to play for Spain, having previously played for Argentina, but he got injured. So that Spanish team should have had Di Stefano and Puskás in it. But
that's bizarre, isn't it? I mean, that's FIFA corruption at its best.
Yes.
Can you imagine that now?
I know.
Like Mbappe, oh yeah, you're Spanish next week.
Yeah. Well, it still happens in the Olympics, doesn't it? You can just change.
But it had some great like English players in it as well that you wouldn't see a lot. Like you had Johnny Haynes at Fulham, Jimmy Armfield as well. So it's nice to see. You don't see a lot of them in English attire at all in any set. Sort of really, they're very much sort of club men, really, a little bit.
Yeah.
So it's always nice to see that as well.
If you want to see more cards like this, alongside thousands of other sports cards and sports memorabilia, And there's no better place than the Intercity Sports Paradiso at the Amex Stadium in Brighton on Saturday the 30th of May. Searching for soccer fans can get 25% off their ticket price. Just go to the description where you'll get a special discount code. The link's in there as well to the Intercity website. You'll be able to book your tickets. I'll be there as I'm running the vintage and pre-modern floor. So hopefully I'll get to meet you on the day. I kind of go down these rabbit holes of when I hear a stat like that, a fact of Puskás Di Stefano playing for different countries. It's like, well, they stopped it, but there's been 2 cases since, and it was the Croatians, Robert Prozinecki, who played for Yugoslavia and then for Croatia, and Davor Suker, I think was the other one.
Which there's a lot more sense involved there, isn't it? It's like a breaking up of a sort of Eastern European state.
Yeah, well, the country didn't exist anymore that they played for. So
I kind of get I kind of get it, but there's a lot more sense made there because that's that place of birth, isn't it?
Yeah. So these two you've graded yourself, or did you buy those graded?
I think I bought both of them graded.
Okay.
I'm pretty certain. I've got the Bobby Moore in a 4 as well, but I put the 3s together today a little bit just for continuity. But yeah, no, I picked it quite a while back though, probably sort of like 4 or 5 years ago. I think I would have picked them up. I know they're definitely worth a lot more than I paid for them.
Yeah,
but yeah,
I had a look at recent sales and they're all over the place. Really.
Oh yeah,
there's not many getting sold.
No.
I mean, there's been one Pelé this year, PSA 5 for $690, and then the previous sale before that was in January 2025.
Yeah,
which is $432 for a PSA 2.5.
Yeah, and you don't see it very often.
You don't see them, and it's similar price for the Moore. Really, there was a PSA 4 for $540. That was the last sale, and that was in 2024.
The interesting one on that is if you type Bobby Moore, makes a lot of difference,
right?
Because, like, for instance, if I'm searching, I don't know, if I'm searching on eBay or Fanatics looking at auctions or something, or PWCC, I wouldn't just put Moore because you'd have 5,000 people go out. You put Bobby Moore.
Yeah.
So if you search Bobby Moore, there's a PSA 8, I think, that's sold, and that's about 6K.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
All about the description, kids.
There we go.
It really is. You can't drop a first name. It's easy with Pelé, but you can't just have you're not going to just put Smith, are you, when you're trying to find Alan Smith and you get a load of Allens?
Yeah. Well, the Pelé has got the top grade on the Pelé is an 8. It's just one. There's 1 8, 1 7, and 2 6s.
See, and that's where I've always been tempted to crack and resubmit because they're both fairly old grades. As in, like, again, they were probably freshly graded when I bought them about 4 or 5 years ago. But part of me's thinking that is whoever's grading at PSA, one, they've got the date wrong. Could they actually think that it's just the front of a sticker and that's not the real back?
Right. But I thought they normally maximum you could get was a 2 if there's no back.
I'm not sure.
If it's a damaged back.
I'll have to double check what the scale is and stuff. But again, looking at both of them, like they're a little bit off center, but they're so sharp. Like, there's nothing. The back's completely like clear, and I don't know. I just get the feeling that they've just given it that top score because they don't realise that's how it comes. Like the Bobby Moore, like the centering on that is like fantastic.
Yeah,
and the colours and there's literally next to no kind of issues looking through plastic screen. He says, but yeah. So I don't know. Part of me is thinking that if they got the year wrong, what else did they get wrong? They're known to be a bit rubbish.
Might be worth it because there's barely anything over a 3.
Yeah.
On the grading, so it's it might be worth doing, having a punt at it. But
never know, do you?
But yeah, I mean that era of players when you the players we've kind of reeled off, and I love looking back at that era and kind of reading the stories around it, because there's always, it's so different. I mean, so different to even the 80s and 90s, and definitely like another planet compared to these days, because there's so much tragedy in it, and everyone's stories, like Garincha, and how like Pelé got injured in the second game at the 1962 World Cup, and then Garincha ended up being the player of the tournament pretty much, and winning it, and the tragedy he had in his life, with starting with his condition in his legs, which meant he was so kind of bow-legged, and that's why they called him the little bird, they call him, the way he runs, and which made his dribbling so unique. And he was a raging alcoholic and died really young, like completely broke, gave all his money away, like lost it all. And there wasn't, in that era, there wasn't as much money around.
There was no money, really,
yeah.
But
so
it's similar to the coccyx, isn't it?
Yes, the man with the golden head.
Glory in that as well.
Yeah. And that's the thing, that you've also got all the war-torn countries of them coming from. And the World Cups was about like the travel around it. Like England going to Chile for the 1962 World Cup was a really tough journey for them to get there. You weren't just jumping on Concorde at that time. And I heard a little story about Bobby Charlton, that Santos, while he was in South America, and I think England played a few friendlies, Santos were trying to sign him. So you can imagine if Santos managed to get Bobby Charlton alongside Pelé, making some kind of Galacticos super team of the era.
Yeah,
but
it is mad. People, I mean, it's no different to a 17-year-old Pelé going to Sweden in 1958.
Yeah,
I mean, it's still people going the other side of the world, and I mean, they were well looked after by the looks of it and stuff. But of course, a bit daunting. Yeah, we're talking about their first ever travel over the Atlantic. Is wild.
Yeah, I remember reading about the 58 World Cup and that Brazil team, because they basically did a tour of Europe, and it's to raise money, because they're not making money, and they're going and playing all these friendlies. And I think even after they won it, they went and played more games around Europe, as a kind of money raise, like on their way home.
When they wrestle world matches, and they were playing. I think it's some countries I'm sure they were playing like league teams and stuff like that. I'm sure I saw something the other day. I was reading about it, and I think sort of Real Madrid played Brazil or something like that in a friendly or something like that.
God,
I need
you'd like to see that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, wow. Yeah. You imagine, well, it'd be half the team, isn't it? That's the trouble.
Yeah. So do you consider this a rookie for Bobby Moore then?
It's largely well, certainly for England. Like it is obviously the A and B C rookie card of his, which is 62, 63, is a season. So this was before that. So yes, and it's quite crazy for him to have it have a sort of an English rookie before West Ham, really. But there's team photos of him a bit younger and stuff. Like it happens quite a lot. I know, obviously, like you've got a Dixie Dean that Graham mentions, that with a Tranmere photo and stuff before his sort of Everton rookie card and things like that. But they don't often kind of come into the equation. But yeah, certainly. And the fact is, like the A and B C, again, I could buy several different copies, different grades. I know Paul picked up a couple the other day, didn't he? Look nice.
I saw that. Yeah,
I got to message him.
Incredible.
And you see him quite a lot. They're always around. I mean, again, I don't know what the grading pop count is for the Moore, but again, I imagine it's sort of 12, 13.
Yeah, it wasn't a lot. I've got it here.
I'm sure the Pelé's a lot more, just
12.
It's Pelé, but
12 with 1.8.
Yeah,
and then 1.6. basically.
Another 6.
So not much. Yeah, 6 would be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
And,
Another 6. Yeah.
so do you know how old he was in the 1962 World Cup? If that was his, if that was his kind of early days for West Ham as well, must have been young.
He must have. Yeah. How old was he when he? I think he was still fairly young. I think when we in '66, but and he died so young in
Yeah,
95, 93, 95. Always get them muddled up as well. Um, he must have been sort of 20, I think.
born in 1941.
Yeah,
So
so he was
yeah,
21.
21.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
year out. I'll take that. I should know that.
Pretty good.
But then I don't know what day it is today, so I'll make myself.
So I mean, but to be honest, so in 25 in '66, lifting the World Cup as captain for England at 25 years old is pretty.
Yeah, I
pretty
knew
incredible,
he. I
isn't it?
didn't. I kind of doubted myself because I knew he was fairly young, which is crazy. To have that young a captain
Yeah,
is mad. But
yeah,
like, it's just so sad, really. I mean, he battled cancer several times and stuff, didn't he? So it was almost destined to end that way. Keep having to fight the same thing, but no,
yeah.
it's just. I mean, from personal point of view, I mean, these two guys are in my top sort of 4 people I collect. So these are lovely, and it's a lovely pair, and you just don't see them very often. So that's what it all comes down to.
No, it's great. Kind of like we said, it's a great piece of the era, of the story of it being kind of a World Cup set, and like I quite like that about a lot of vintage sets. Is there's often a lot of kind of conversation about, is it from this year, is it from that year, and it kind of adds to the intrigue around the card.
And you can sort of guess a lot about why they're so rare, which actually you could apply quite a lot of science to it. Is the fact that obviously if this was one of the first sticker collections that are glued in, everyone's going to do that.
Yeah.
Hence why they're paper thin. They're so thin, these stickers. How have they survived? I don't know.
Crazy.
That is like a minor miracle. Because again, like a first album sticking in, that you're immediately going to do it. You're not going to think twice.
No.
But how have they been protected like this for nearly 60 years?
Yeah. It's just a bit of luck, isn't it? They've been put in a book or something, just by mistake or something like that. Or a packet, yeah. Just shoved somewhere and just left there for 60 years.
Someone who found a couple of packets of these in Bologna.
Oh, really?
I was fuming about.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I was there. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I don't. Before our chat right now, I didn't know a lot about that set, and I've never been I don't own any. I've never been fully on the lookout for them now. But I really want one now. So
I'll be
on the lookout a lot more.
I know how much you bought it for there before, and the guy had quite a lot of packs apparently. So that proper cat and again, whilst doing a little bit more research on this, there was some people were suggesting that there was quite a lot of stickers in a packet.
I might have to get
more than
on the plane back to Bologna and try and find that guy.
Yeah, absolutely. I have to go next year, definitely. But yeah, no, I just love it. I think it's the colour is the main thing for me. It's just so vibrant with the team sets and stuff. And obviously the yellow of Brazil with the blue background always looks stunning. But Bobby looks great as well. And all a bit distorted, but in a kind of half sort of caricature man kind of way. Kind of works.
Great stuff. Right. Thanks, Kev.